Yo, what's good, y'all? Just tuning in today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, all the over 2,300 subscribers who are supporting the channel. I just wanted to jump on and do a video real quick and talk a little bit about something that is quite interesting. Oh, is it quite interesting? But we're going to talk about 8 ways to make sure your finances are intact for a recession that may or may not be coming in 2023. But a lot of the pundits out there are calling for tough economic times. And I found this interesting article that outlined 8 things you can do to make sure your personal finances are in order to deal with a recession that could be happening in 2023. Now, in my personal opinion, do I think it's going to be a recession in 2023? I think that there will be some economic downturn in 2023. I think that the market will continue its bearish ways in 2023, but I don't think it's going to be like a Great Depression or nothing like that. I think unemployment is probably going to increase because the Feds had already stated that they want to increase unemployment to try to get wages down consistent with 2% inflation as the Feds continue to turn up pressure by increasing interest rates to reduce inflation. So there is going to be some rough weather ahead with the economics. We're going to go over this list of 8 things in this article, some of which I agree with, some of which I'm like, you could probably do something better, but we're going to chop it up. As always, disclaimer, I'm a licensed attorney, but I'm not your attorney. So this isn't legal or financial advice. I'm just giving y'all my opinions and takes and letting y'all know what's going on in the household of the debt-free dad. Also, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I hope everyone is enjoying this time of year with their family. And if you're one of those lucky people who go to work until 2023, God bless you. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your time. So let's go ahead and pull up the article so we can go ahead and take a look. All right, so I found this article and I thought this article was interesting. We're going to go through this, talk about which ones make sense, which ones are kind of suspect. And if it is suspect, we're going to talk about an alternative that we can plug in that'll help you build your finances up. So this article is interesting. November 2nd, 2022 is when the article came out. Here are 8 ways to bulletproof your finances ahead of a likely recession in 2023. Now, I think this first one is probably the easiest. Build an emergency fund. I mean, y'all heard me go through this story over and over. If you go through my playlist and do a search for emergency fund, you're going to see a bunch of videos pop up related to emergency funds. In short, I thought this was interesting. The average American household spent nearly $67,000 on expenses, things like housing, food, and transportation costs in 2021, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So for the average household, the emergency fund would need to be between $16,750 to $33,500. Now, of course, you've always heard the mantra out there, you want to have 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund. But I will tell you, the question is always, well, where do we fall? Should we have 3 months or should we have 6 months? Well, I think for me, the answer is generally it depends. Okay. The first thing you want to look at is if you're a 2-income household with stable employment. If you're a 2-income household with stable employment, you could probably err on the side of having somewhere closer to 3 months of expenses. But in light of the fact that there's probably going to be some economic hardships for the overall economy in 2023, you probably want to boost that up to 6 months. If y'all know, y'all been following the channel, that's what we've been doing over here at DFD's household. Normal emergency fund, it was about minimum expenses on everything. If we took out all the fluff and the fat, we could pay all of the essentials for about 5 stacks a month. But right now we boosted it from 3 months to 6 months. So we have 6 months. And honestly, our plan is just to keep kind of stacking money up in an emergency fund because right now we want to reduce our risk. We want to make sure that we have some excess there to deal with emergencies and any economic hardship that may. The first one I think is probably the most important one is you got to have that emergency fund stashed away because if you don't, there's going to be problems. Like that's just the fundamental rule of personal finances. Spend less than what you make, know what's going in, what's going out, and have an emergency fund. So I definitely agree with number one. Number two, I'm gonna agree with number two as well. trim your regular outgoings. Now, this is talking about everyday expenses, and these are things that one, you can either remove or reduce the cost of those expenses. I give you a prime example. I use a Sling TV as my streaming service, and I didn't know how high the bill got until they sent me a message said that they were increasing their service cost by a certain percentage, and now the bill was like 70 something dollars a month, and I was like, oh no, we got to cancel this. 70 something dollars a month. So if you have Sling TV, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, BT Plus, if you got all of these things, you might as well just go ahead and get cable because all of these services are expensive. So you want to keep a tab on all of your services, make sure they don't get too out of pocket. But here's a big one. I see in this article, it talks about bundling your car insurance and your home insurance together to find cheaper rates for things like cell phone services. All those things are true, but an easy way to save money when it comes to the plans that you have related to your insurance is I got to do this. All right, my bad. I had to take a quick break. But one of the easiest ways I found to save money when it comes to your insurance, and a lot of people don't do this, but it's actually quite common. A lot of people, when they have car insurance or home insurance, they set their insurance policy up so that they can have the cheapest deductible possible. Now, I understand logically why people think that makes sense. If I have a $500 deductible, if I'm ever in a car accident or a windstorm comes and damages my roof, I just paid a $500 deductible. But how insurance work is you always have to pay your premium, okay? If you have a lower deductible, that means your premium is going to be higher. If you have a higher deductible, your premium is going to be lower. So this is where your emergency fund comes into place. Like if I got a $500 deductible on my auto insurance, if I want to decrease my auto insurance bill per month, I can have my deductible increase to $1,000 or $1,500. Because my deductible is higher, my monthly payment on my insurance will actually go down. Now, here's the caveat. I would only recommend doing it actually have an emergency fund, because one of the things with having an emergency fund is making sure you're in a position to pay for emergencies or your deductibles for your home insurance or your car insurance or for your health insurance. So if you want to increase your deductible so you can save on your monthly policy, so you increase your deductible to $1,500, but you don't have $1,500 in your emergency fund, it might behoove you to actually keep the lower deductible and pay the higher monthly rate. But to save money, if you're looking at solely saving money with most insurance policies, if you increase the cost of your deductible, you can actually save money on your insurance. So I think that's definitely a good one with that second option with tackling your expenses, things you can trim down in your household. So I agree with that one. Reining in major expenses. Again, this goes again with subscriptions, insurance, cutting things that you can't cut, the eating out, the dining out. Three things in your budget that you can always adjust. Most things in your budget are going to be hard and etched in water. You can't change the cost of your well, you can during the time of years, but typically your car insurance is going to be the same, your life insurance is going to be the same, your energy bill is going to be generally the same. But the thing you can always control is your food, your personal expenses, and your fuel. Those are typically the three areas where you can always potentially tighten things up, squeeze the reins on to save a little bit of money. So those are three areas that you want to look in to see if you can save some extra money and maybe put that towards your emergency fund. So far so good. The first three are looking good. Number four, I'm going to agree with as well. Look for side hustles. I think it will behoove anyone to have a side hustle if you can have a side hustle. Now remember, I define side if your side hustle is more work than your main job, is not a side hustle. The word side denotes it's something you have outside of your permanent employment, The hustle to side hustle is that not that you're working hard as hell, is that you're working and you don't have to burn so many brain cells or use a lot of physical effort. So for me, I think is a real benefit if you can have a side hustle. I'm definitely going to agree with number four, but your side hustle has to have that hustle part. If the hustle to your side hustle is work or super increased labor or brain power being used, you need to stop that and find another side hustle. I want my side hustle to be something that I can do that's easy. It's either convenient because I'm doing it from home. It's convenient because I don't have to use a lot of brain power. It's convenient because it's something easy I can do physically where I'm not over extenuating myself. So, something to that effect. But I do agree that having a side hustle in 2023 is something that's paramount and is something that can help you, considering that, again, we're predicting and pundits are predicting a tough economic forecast. Okay, number five, find sources of passive income. We're going to talk about this one a little bit because I agree with it, but I disagree with it. I'm going to give y'all the typical lawyer answer. It says here, when we look at it, let's go ahead and pull it up. It says, passive income streams are the holy grail of financial independence, but it takes this fair amount of groundwork to put them in place. Then they name drop shipping, acting as an intermediate between supplier and customers, affiliate marketing, websites are some ways you can build passive income streams. Some people have brought vending machines and rented property. Now let's talk about passive income, okay? To me, the word passive income means it's passive and it means pass. And why I get the pass from is that hard work and effort is passing me by. It's passive. It means it's relatively easy for me to do. So I'm a little confused as to how they got drop shipping, affiliate marketing in there. Um, for something like affiliate marketing, you actually have to have some type of consumer base, some type of social media following, some type of community for people to actually be attracted to sign up for whatever the affiliate program is. And then this is really crazy. They put some people have brought a vending machine as passive income. I don't know about you all, but I have some good friends on YouTube who I call the side hustle king and queen. Okay. But I have some good friends on YouTube who have vending machines and are in the vending machine videos, a business, so to speak. I've seen their videos, and owning a vending machine is not a passive income. That's one of the most active damn things that you can ever do in your life. I lie to you not. I've seen one of my boys has a coin pusher machine, some vending machines, gumball machines. The machines break down. Sometimes the facility that the machine is in, like the let's say the heating or the air conditioning goes out and all of the candy inside melts. People break into the machines and destroy them. I've seen so much stuff. You actually have to go and fill the machines up with sodas or coins for the coin pushers or candy or whatever the hell it is. You actually have to have someone go to withdraw the money if you're not doing it yourself. These machines are at various locations. A lot of people get the machines, then they don't have no damn place to put them. So I agree that having passive income is good, but I don't think that passive income for the average person. Now, I'm not talking about if you're a multimillionaire and you got 65 rental properties, it's easy for you to have income streams coming in. Hey, we're going to give you a pass. But I think for the average person, developing passive income is really something that's really difficult. So, what I would say as it relates to passive income, if you are investing in 2023, even as the economy continue to kind of slow and come to a halt, the interest rates are going up, inflation is still at kind of high as hell. If you are investing in stocks to get dividends and like that, continue doing what you're doing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm going to continue to dollar cost average in. Every 2 weeks, I buy the same amount of stocks. I invested in the same thing, whether it's a retirement fund or an IRA or a 401k or a regular brokerage account. I do the same thing consistently. I'm not really too concerned with passive income because passive income for me that comes from any investment, it just gets reinvested somewhere else. If I invest in stocks and they pay me dividends, I'm not pulling those dividends out to live on them. I'm just buying more stocks. So, even if rental income, if I have rental income coming in, I'm not using that income to live. I use that income to one, pay the property because eventually something's going to break down, or stash that some way for somewhere for another investment. So I think passive income is good. But for me, I'm not focusing on passive income as a way to really combat any fears of a recession, because for me, my passive income, it just gets reinvested. Now, like I said, if you're one of those people who got 6 or 7 investment properties, hey, it's a little bit different scenario. So I think you're going to be a little bit better off. Yo, what's going on, sis? Just want, hey, happy birthday too. Why you on here? Let me go and give you a happy birthday. I saw that you I laughed. You said you waited a whole 364 days to be able to play the song you had on your IG post. But yeah, happy birthday to you, December babies. Y'all either y'all really spoiled because y'all get gifts for your birthday and the holidays, or you get cheated because they just say, hey, it's just open up one of them Christmas gifts early. Hopefully, you were a person who got birthday gifts and holiday gifts separate. But happy birthday to you. Wanted to give you that before I finished up here. All right, so let's take a look. So passive income, I agree with it being on this list, but I think for most normal everyday people, generating passive income is a good thing. But unless you have multiple rental properties or something like that, it's going to really be hard to generate passive income to allow you to have that cushion. So for me, my passive income that I create from any investment, it just gets reinvested because I'm just buying the same amount of the same stocks, the same investment plans I've been doing for what, 15, 17, however many years now, because your boy old. Okay, this one I think is a big deal. It's a upskill. Okay. Now, um, I'll tell you, with any type of recession, there's going to be some opportunity there. There's disaster, but there's also opportunity for you to learn new skills, new trades, for you to take your career into a different direction, for you to kind of see what's out there on the open market. So I think one of the best things that you can do, even if it's not a recession time, is to always increase your value and your ability to learn, to create, make your skill set more valuable on the marketplace. Let's just put it into context. I'll tell you one thing that I've learned a lot about that I didn't know anything about was video editing. You know how? Because over the past 2 years, I've been making terrible videos and decent videos, and I just learned through trial and error. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and I seen some courses online. There are content creators out there who make great content. One who's watching right now who make great content for content creators to help you with the setup and the lighting and the microphone and all of those things. So there is always an opportunity to learn new skills. One of the things that I've seen a lot of people doing, I haven't done this, but a lot of people are taking skills that they learned and developed and pretty much outsourcing themselves on apps like Fiverr. So you have people who created and developed and learned an ability to make thumbnails or edit videos, and they are making income from doing that. So this is a great opportunity to take advantage of courses, take advantage to learn a new skill set. But the other thing is, when you're talking about upskill, is see what's out there on the marketplace. I say this all the time because it's true. The fastest way to get a monetary promotion, to get where you want to get, is to shop around your services to the highest bidder. I don't know why it works like this, but it works like this. But generally, once you work for an organization, the saying is no one will value you less than the organization you're with. And that's really a true bill. I've seen this happen multiple times to multiple people, including myself. I had a job at an entity, and when I was at that job, I would get a 5% raise here, maybe a 3% raise here. But in order for me to double my income, I had to shop my services and my skills somewhere else. So after 3 years of just kind of getting that experience, I was able to leave that job, go somewhere else, and double my salary. After 2 or 3 years of getting that experience and and building relationships, I was able to leave that job and double my salary. So it's always a good thing to kind of just see what's out there in the marketplace to shop your skills. Those are the fastest ways that I think you can actually get a promotion. The best promotion you can get is not the one your job is going to give you, is the promotion you give yourself by seeing what your services are truly worth on the marketplace. So definitely take advantage of that. And I put that right in there with, you know, increasing your education, your knowledge, learning new trades, new things that'll be valuable to you. Okay, I think this next one. Okay, see, and she learned it from her. Yeah, that's good. Hey, video editing is something that's video editing is something that's highly marketable because I'm telling you right now, I'm about 6 months away from paying somebody to do mine because I don't want to do it. It take a lot of time, but if you have that skill set, you know, editing, marketing, those are things where everything we do is marketing. I explain this all the time. Every relationship you're in is marketing. I still have to market myself to my wife and vice versa. Everything we do is marketing. So, you know, that editing is a part of marketing. You want to make sure that your presentation presents well. So, hey, that's a big deal. And I'll tell you one good thing that she can do when it comes to just editing, and this is really dope. But I see a lot of people, they'll get jobs with big brands or big content creators to do editing, and they just volunteer. That's actually one thing that was recommended to me. But you can find volunteers. But if you can volunteer with a big time company to do some type of edit work to kind of just learn that process, that's something that's definitely valuable. Now I know when you say volunteer, people be like, "Ah, oh, man, I don't want to volunteer. I don't want to do something for nothing." You never do something for nothing. You know what I mean? I've volunteered and worked at places, and I did it with no income solely to learn it because I knew it would give me some value. And that's something where like editing and learning those types of things can really help you because hey, you learn how people want to set their product up. So you definitely can't beat that. What's going on, bro? Hey, I appreciate you for tuning in, man. Happy holidays to you, man. I hope you are enjoying the holidays, enjoying your family, and all of that good stuff, man. We definitely gonna have to link up too, man. See, see. But that's how you with something like video editing. It's cool because think about it. When she does it volunteering, she's actually building up some type of portfolio to show her work so she can show her skill set. So what I will tell you to do is because I know dance companies, I know Jamila, you know, I know how dance companies are with their choreograph and don't want to get let the video get out. The only thing, and you may have already done this, but I would check back with them, and because she's volunteering editing for this company, make sure they're cool or there's some arrangement to where your daughter can use some of the videos she edit to include in her portfolio. Because I know dance companies are real sensitive about their dances getting out there and people stealing them and all of that stuff, but they should be cool with it. But that's a good conversation to have if they didn't. Because what I don't want to happen is to her to develop these dope video editing skills, but because the dance company were like, oh no, we want to retain that rights because we don't want to get it out there, and she don't have something that she can put in like a portfolio to show to somebody else, like, okay, this is what I did, this is how I learned to do it, and you know, show their work. So that's a good thing just to follow up with them just to see if they're cool with allowing her to take some of the edits that she's making to create a portfolio of her work, and that way she can shop it around. So that's definitely a thing to check out on. And they may already be in there, but I know it would be something. I don't know. I don't know if that's something that they have in the contract or not, or if it was a formal or informal thing. But that's something definitely to look out for. I know, my bad. I started like 10 minutes late because I was down there running my mouth to y'all, and I forgot I had to run up here and do this video. So, yo, shout out to you though, sis. Hey, I appreciate you and the Mister stopping by. As always, y'all always welcome anytime. And it was dope to see y'all a couple of times in 1 week. That's throwback. I appreciate that. I always appreciate y'all support. All right, so let's take a look at this. What else is on this list we got here? Okay, so this one is cool, and I think this one is a good one. Transfer extra incomes into a hard to reach savings account. Once your finances are on a better footing, you should begin to automatically transfer additional income into a savings account you can't easily access to stop the temptation to spend. Have that amount, the total amount you're saving from all these ways going into. Okay, so let's talk about this. And this probably is reflective on how much a baby I am when it comes to saving and budgeting. But this is something that I still use. My primary savings account for our emergency fund or any sinking funds we're saving for are in accounts that I don't have a debit card to, that I don't have a checkbook for. For me personally, and I'm old, but for me personally, the easiest way to save and invest has always been to put it on autopilot. Y'all know if y'all watched this channel for any amount of time, um, for any amount of time, I've never been a proponent of okay, I buy single stocks here and there, but I stick with what I know. I'm content with the vast majority of my investments being in retirement accounts, being in IRAs, 401ks, those type of things. You know, I have individual brokerage accounts, but even when I have those individual brokerage accounts, I really don't like to pick out single stocks because that's too much time. I don't have the time. I don't want to sit down. I'm a busy person. I don't want to sit down and do all this research on companies. No, I just like to stick with, hey, what works. I know if I invest in something that'll follow the S&P 500, on average, I'll get a 7 to 10% return every year, and I'm cool with that. But the best way for me to save, to reach, what I've saved in my emergency fund is the most money I've ever had in my emergency fund that wasn't dedicated to anything. Now I've saved money before, but once I save it for something, I would go out and blow it all on whatever the hell I saved it for. This is the most money I had setting aside in an account to save that I incrementally save. We're not talking about a windfall from a sale or something. I'm talking about from an incremental savings of investing 250 bucks, 250 bucks a month, 500 bucks a month when I can. And so I've done that by having it in a separate account. So if I had an emergency and I needed to access that money, I could get it, but it would probably take me a couple of days because I would have to do an electronic transfer from this bank to another bank that I have access from. But that is the easiest way to save money. And you're talking to somebody who I generally like to keep a tab on my finances, but I don't keep too much money in accounts that I have access to. I like to stash money in accounts that I don't have access to. I can see them. I can see the money up there. And but the I got money in banks that are set up in other states. I can't even walk in those financial institutions, and that typically works for me. So I think that's definitely a good game plan when it comes to saving and investing. Have things set up and things that you can't access easily. If you got a debit card or you got it in an account that you can just go on your phone and transfer it from A to B to an ATM machine, it's always going to be some temptation there. When something come up that's not an emergency, but you may think it's an emergency, you're going to panic and scramble. So, hey, have it somewhere where you can't get to it easily. It may take you 2 or 3 days to get to it, but hey, 2 or 3 days is a lot better than having access that's a little bit too convenient. You know what I mean? So I think that's a big deal, and that's always worked for me. Hey, what's going on, sis? I appreciate you for tuning in. Hey, happy holidays to you too. And hey, I hope everything is going well for you, especially since you're doing your entrepreneur thing too. I'm really excited and proud of you for doing that. See, from hey, another satisfied customer, not customer, but that was how she reached a lot of savings goals by having those savings accounts set up. There was some place that you can't access because when it's there and you can see it, I don't know, and you can get it. See, Ally can. I heard Ally got really good interest rates too. Or am I making that up? I felt like I heard a couple of YouTubers talking about it. But that's the best way to go. Like I was just having this conversation with someone who is almost twice my age, and they still have that struggle with when it's in their account, they have this urge to want to touch it or spend it. Or even if they don't spend it, they may have like, oh, just think about it. I got $10,000 in a savings account, but that savings account is set up for overdraft from my checkings account. Well, if you're not keeping the tab on your checkings account, that savings account that's an overdraft is just going to get spent because you're not keeping the tab on your checkings account. So I definitely agree with stashing it somewhere where you can't have it. Now, I will tell y'all, I don't think I got a card for that account, but I think my wife card for something is missing. I know who the hell to go. I know who to go. I think I maybe had a card to that account, but I just ordered and never ordered another one, and I think she actually kept hers. But she may have a card to it. But she may have a card to it. I need to check. Yeah, I may have to change to do. I have to. I have to make change to. How do you pronounce that? Is it ally or alley? I hear so many people pronouncing that thing so different, confusing. It's like I don't know why it bothers me. It bothers me, but I'm a big stickler for how something should be pronounced. Like the other thing that always bothers me is coupon and coupon. It's coupon. It's not coupon. There's no Q. It's coupon, damn it. But yeah, sorry. I digress. But I think like everyone said, having that money stashed somewhere where you can't get it easily is a game changer. Now let's take a look at the last one. Then we're gonna give a few extra just to throw out. Don't panic. That is the ultimate key to this whole thing because right now we're in I like to call it financial fear mongering. What financial fear mongering is everybody's talking about the stock market is going to crash, crypto is crashing, the housing market is upside down, unemployment is going to be this and that. Man, you can't worry about the world is going to world, the economy is going to economy. The better you plan, the more protected and insulated you are, no matter what is going on around you. And it's funny because I was actually looking at numbers because it's almost that time of year for me to do a net worth video, right? Now, the stock market is down. So we all know that the stock market is down. And so as I was doing my net worth video, of course, what happened? My net worth went down. And I say don't panic because uh, I say don't panic because once you stabilize your financial situation in your house, what goes on around you is irrelevant. Because even though my net worth went down, and I know my net worth went down. I started doing the calculations because I'm gonna have to do a video to see where it was last year and this year. But I know it went down because the stock market has gone down. But even though my net worth has went down, I'm in a much better position financially this time this year than I was this time last year because I have reduced my risk exponentially. I have way less debt than I had last year. I have way more of available cash and emergency fund on hand. And so, it's everybody always talk about net worth, and I don't worry about the damn net worth because you can have a $2 million net worth and not have access to $10,000 cash, or you can have a $2 million net. You can have a $2 million net worth, but you're so over leveraged with debt and assets, you're still living paycheck to paycheck. So the only thing that you can do is focus on your own situation. Try not to panic and don't let other people dissuade you from doing what you're doing. Everybody tell me I'm cheap all the time, especially my family members. And you know what? I don't mind being cheap. I don't because I don't really give a damn what they think. And it's all about us having some type of peace of mind in the event if something bad happens. And if nothing bad ever happens, you know what? At least we were prepared for it in the interim. But at some point, you're going to get tired of living in the rat race. But if you do what you need to do consistently over time, and it's not going to change overnight, nobody's going to say, I want to get my finances together but eventually you're going to have that kick in the ass. You know what? I'm just tired of doing things this way. I'm tired of being stressed about money. I'm tired of being stressed about finances. And it's just like working out. Once you start working out, the first month that you, what happens at the beginning of New Year's? I never go to the gym in January because it's crowded with people who are there and they're probably going to be gone in 60 days. You know what I mean? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna look at them too, but I heard they got a crazy interest rate, like sis said. But your finances are the same way. If you decide today, I'm gonna do better with my finances, you're not gonna wake up this time next month and be like, yes, I'm completely stable. No, it's doing the same thing over a period of time that's gonna get you to your goal. The same way when it comes to working out. You're not gonna go unless you get a financial BBL. What the hell is a financial BBL? You cheat. And hey, shout out, hey, ladies, anybody out there who want to get a fellas, if you want to go get some abs or something like that from Dr. Miami, hey, I'm not hating on nobody. I'm just talking about the normal way to get things done is by being consistent and doing the same thing over and over. Now, if you get a financial BBL, like you win the lottery or something, hey, shout out to you. I hope you do the right thing with it. But you definitely can't panic, and it's going to be a process. It's going to take some time. I know financial Brazilian butt lifts. But yeah, that's when you get your result really fast, and you didn't put in the work to get it. And it's nothing wrong with getting it that way. The problem is, like, okay, I know me. This is what I would do. I know me, okay. If I got to a point and it was a physical thing, like, oh man, let's say I was a little bit overweight and I was having some health issues. For me, with my personality, it's better for me to start working out, start eating right, and just do that consistently over time because I'll build up that muscle of knowing the right thing to do. If I had, health issues, was overweight, and I was like, well, you know what? And some people, they may need to get the surgery. I'm not saying I don't want to make this about the, surgery for health or procedure, but I'm talking about developing that muscle. It's a lot easier to, let's say I'm working out, I developed it for 6 or 7 months, and I'm working out, but I can't quite get there. So I want to go get a little help. Now I'm in a great position because I got a little bit of help. I got my little financial BBL, so to speak, or I got my Brazilian butt lift surgery. But it's cool because I got it. You know why? Because I already developed a pattern of doing the right things. So now that I got it, I know what to do to maintain it. I know what to do not to slip back into bad health again. And your finances work the exact same way. That's why you see so many people who get money handed to them real fast and lump sums go broke because they get it too fast and they haven't developed the muscle memory. Y'all just, I don't know why I went down the BBL road. I'm trying to make it make sense, but I don't know why I went down the BBL road. But the moral of that story is it works out better when you develop the muscle and the skill set to do it. You do the same thing over time. Then if you get a financial windfall of 50,000 budgeting for 12, 18, 24 months, when you get that $50,000, you're gonna know exactly how to move because you've been moving like that before you got it. You're gonna be like, okay, I got enough sense to spend a little, to stash a little. You're gonna know exactly how to move as opposed to you never built up that muscle, that financial muscle. You got the $50,000. Now it's gonna be really hard for you to figure out, okay, what is the workout I need to do financially to make sure I maximize this money. But I just wanted to talk about that. Yo, anybody out there who want to get a BBL, don't let this deter you. Go ahead, go get it. I fully support you. Hey, tax season's rolling around, so if you got extra dollars and you want to, hey, it's you can enhance it. It's yours. In the words of the Migos. So, hey, I appreciate everybody tuning in. This Friday, I'm going to have a special guest on. We're going to do a financial recap of things that went on in 2022. And we're going to talk about how do you close out your personal finances for 2022. And y'all know I'm gonna have another guest on. Hey, on the 6th of January, where we're gonna talk about what do you need to do to move forward and prepare yourself for 2023, just from a personal finance standpoint. And my guest on the 6th is a tax guy. He's a tax guy, tax professional. So that's going to be dope. We're going to have somebody to answer all those questions because tax time is going to be coming up. That happens with BBLs. I didn't know that. You can get a BBL, need another one? Ah, see, yeah. So, yeah. So, okay. So the analogy, see, I was unfamiliar with the BBL lifestyle, but yeah, see, the analogy makes sense. So you can get a BBL, get all snatched up, but if you still don't do the right things, you can just like still kind of gain weight and not be snatched how you were the first time. I don't know. First of all, I think BBLs are hey, dope. Shout out to everybody who want to get one. Like, hey, nothing wrong. People do whatever it is. Do what makes you happy. I think they expensive as hell though. Like, I don't know. Like, it's weird. Like, all right, this is the last thing. All right, so let's put this in the context. Let's say Mrs. DFD wanted to go get like super snatched up, right? Because I'm kind of conflicted because I know a lot of people run to like the Dominican Republic to get all these surgeries and stuff, right? So if I don't understand, well, okay, if I guess if okay, if I were a woman and it was just me and I'm financing this myself, I can understand the need if I couldn't afford it, why I would go to the Dominican Republic. I'm kind of confused on this BBL thing. Like, wouldn't it be much? I don't know. It seemed to make more sense to me to save up to have it done somewhere stateside. I feel like if a problem occurs in the Dominican Republic or somewhere with a surgery that I got, I feel like I won't have any recourse because it's out of the country. So I don't know how that whole process would work. So, for me, hey, if Mrs. DFD was like, you know what, I want to go get lipo or whatever the hell it is she want. If she wanted to go get something done, I would probably adamantly be against going somewhere to like the Dominican Republic because when it messes up, what is your recourse? What the hell is your option if a doctor somewhere overseas messes up your surgery? I feel like you don't got no type of recourse to do anything because it's outside the country. At least if they jack it up. you, you want a financial BBL? I know, man. I hope I got a potential financial BBL situation. I got a potential financial BBL situation that I hope come through sometime relatively soon. It's always good to get those windfalls. And I'm telling you right now, if I get a financial BBL, you ain't got to worry about DFD getting unsnatched. I'm gonna stay financially snatched. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay financially snatched. They be like, oh man, this is just going. This is this is wow. But yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, because yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's just so risky. I wouldn't want anybody I gave a damn about to go somewhere overseas to get the surgery done. I don't give a damn how it make them look. Just because if something happened, I don't have legal recourse. It's gonna be hard for me to go and punch somebody in. It's gonna be hard for me, even if I want to just go put hands on somebody. I can't even go put hands on the doctors in the DR because it's a whole process just to get to them. So I feel like that's dangerous, man. Like I don't know, my personal view on those things is dangerous. But hey, there are fraudsters out there who are committing frauds and getting BBL with your tax dollars. So I guess people's perception of themselves is of very high importance. But nah, got to be a stateside BBL. I hope all of y'all have a financial BBL moment in 2023. I'm wishing all of y'all a financial BBL. I want all y'all to be financially snatched the easy way. Yeah, y'all take care. I appreciate all y'all tuning in. Y'all be blessed and have a good one. Peace. Financial.